Hello Inklings, I'm Bianca and welcome back to my channel. So today, as a sort of welcome back to YouTube, I thought I would walk you through the planners that I will be using in 2023. So the first planner that I used last year was my Hobonichi Techo Cousin. This book got a decent amount of use, but not as much as I would have liked. I was using this as a work planner / daily log and memory keeping, but a lot of the pages in this are blank. I have a few journal pages, but mostly this book didn't get as much use as I would have liked. So that is when I moved into my bullet journal most predominantly. I intended to just have one bullet journal, and this was the Leuchtturm Pink Bullet Journal edition, and then this is one of Amanda Rachley's dot grid books. Most of the year is in this one, and then when I started daily logging in my bullet journal again and not in the Hobonichi, I moved into the bullet journal full time, which has been pretty good, working well for me, and I'm enjoying it. So I bought quite a few bullet journals for 2023, as you'll see. And then lastly, I used the 2022 Always Fully Booked Planner by Little Inkling Designs, and this is a reading planner. So I use this a decent amount as well, but not as well as I would have liked. So I do have a plan, and I might make another video where I talk just about how I'm going to be keeping track of my reading next year. So let's get into the 2023 planner. First up, I'm a teacher, and 2022 was my first year as a graduate teacher. So this year I have decided to use a actual teacher planner. Last year I did a lot in my bullet journal and my Hobonichi, but I didn't really like my personal and work mixing as much as it was. So I decided to grab the Mrs. Edgar 2023 teacher planner, which is absolutely beautiful. It has everything that you need as a teacher. It has classroom layouts, it has all the important dates. This is specifically for Australia though, so yeah, it has calendars for every month, and this is A4, so it's nice and big, and it has a lot of space. In my Hobonichi, I really struggled to figure out a way to do my planning well. I went from spreads like this, where I kind of tried separating it according to tasks, and then little tasks according to subject. I also tried separating it according to my timetable and having the tasks like that. This just became very tiring and it didn't work very well. I think I also had some daily spreads where I would do the same thing and then wouldn't go back and fill it in again either. So it worked a lot better for me when I could just write it down in my bullet journal, but then I wouldn't use my bullet journal as well as I could have, because then I felt a lot of pressure to finish writing my work to-dos, and then I couldn't write my other to-dos, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping I'll be able to fit all of my work planning in here easily, because it has a lot of spreads to use. It has the monthly calendar. It also has some extra planning pages. It even has like a little pocket over here and at the back. It has a term planner, and then each term also has a spread like this, which is similar to what I was doing for work in my bullet journal anyway, so that's perfect. So each block per subject that I teach. And then for every week, a spread like this. So each day is separated into 6 blocks, and we have a 5-period day, so I'll have an extra one for before and after school planning as well. So that is absolutely perfect. It has this list on the side as well, and then a little spot here. I haven't decided what I want to do here yet. Yeah, that's my work planner for 2023. I also have my language learning planner that my friend Leia made. I've been using this one a bit sporadically because it's undated, so this is an example of what I would do. I'm hoping to use it a bit more frequently next year. It has a spread for your language habits for every week and what you accomplished, and then it also has a spread like this, which would be really cool for I think I used it a bit for to-dos, and then I was thinking of using it for journaling as well, like that. So I was using it for to-dos. So yeah, this is undated, and I think I've used only about 3 months of it, which is fine. I wanted to use more, but it just didn't happen that way. I didn't have time. But yeah, so this is carrying on to next year. Then another book that I got in terms of language learning is this 5-year journal from Typo. So this is basically a page for every day, and you can write the dates in, and then every year on the same day you write something. So I was hoping to write some things in French here, and then I can see how my French progresses. Then for personal planning, I have 2 books. The first one is the 2023 Artist of Life workbook created by Aileen from Lavender. So I've been a big fan of hers probably since she started, so I decided that I was finally going to purchase this book, and it is really, really cool. I love all of the prompts and things to keep me accountable. I've already started filling in some of the 2022 reflections, and I really like how this is turning out so far. So I'm thinking of just sticking with the same color scheme that I use in my bullet journal. I like that it has a lot of planning for the year in terms of your habits and things like that, and then for every month it also has a spread like this where it has your goals, your weekly breakdown of your goals, and then a habit tracker, a daily tracker, and a gratitude journal. So these are all things that I wanted to implement in my bullet journal, but they're kind of annoying to draw out, so I like having them all together in one notebook that I can just open up at the end of the day and just tick off my habits. And then I think at the end of the month it also has a reflection and a review page, which is awesome as well. I like that it has the prompts. Last year I did at the end of the year start writing a page like this in my bullet journal. I only did it for 1 month, but I know it's going to get really hectic and I'm not going to want to write out this page every month, so I like that it has a similar one in here that I can do if I don't want to do this one. So this is for my personal life goals. I'm going to try to keep work out of this as much as possible. I might only include like financial and savings goals in here as well, and maybe have like marking in my habit tracking, for example. Then the workhorse, my bullet journal. I actually purchased 4 bullet journals for next year because I'm anticipating that these will only last for 3 months, as it does when I use my bullet journals properly. So last year it didn't, because for the first like 6 months, I want to say, I didn't do any daily logging in my bullet journals. I only did collections and habit tracking and things like that. And for a little while I also did some like note taking, but I've decided that it's so inefficient taking notes on books and things in my bullet journal, because I put these away at the end of every year and then I lose all of the notes that I've taken. So I have decided to create a commonplace notebook, or to turn my journal into a commonplace notebook, where I take notes on books that I've read that I want to keep track of, and also courses that I take and things like that. So kind of like a self-development slash commonplace book. That's why I ended up only having 2 bullet journals last year because for the majority of the year I wasn't daily logging, and then I did start daily logging, and this notebook is only fitting 3 months. I have October, November and December, so, and the notebook is nearly done. So for 2023 I have 4 notebooks that I have purchased from Notebook Therapy. The first one that I'm starting off with is the Tory bullet journal, and I haven't started setting it up yet. I'm hoping to do that today, and I'm very excited to do so. But yes, I like having my bullet journal as my kind of catch-all for everything. I feel really anxious if I don't have a bullet journal. I like that I'm not restricted to how much I write every day, and I like being able to do my own thing, do some full page hand lettering, doing doodles, and pretty much whatever I want in this book. So very excited for continuing my bullet journal journey next year. And then last but not least, I have the 2023 Always Fully Booked planner. I was really debating not purchasing a planner like this again, but this cover was just so beautiful. It bewitched me and I had to. So last year I had the dark version of the planner, and I did get a lot of use out of it, but I wasn't as consistent as I would have liked. Prior to 2022, I was using a bullet journal to keep track of my reading, but I knew when I was going to start my new job that I wouldn't have time for it, so that's why I decided to purchase this planner. There are quite a few pages that I didn't finish, and that's just because I was tired and I didn't have time, and a few of them were also because I didn't have a plan. So I do have a better plan for next year. So this year I was kind of using it as a to-dos, and then I wrote which movies I watched and then books that I started and finished. And I really struggled with this, keeping track of how much I read. So for next year I do have a different plan of how I'm going to keep track of my reading a lot better, and I'll probably have another video about that. But I am happy that I purchased the planner again for next year, and I've decided that I'm going to keep track of my writing, my language learning / French, and then my reading, all in the same book. So this is kind of my personal goals tracking planner, which I really like. I'm excited to use this planner. It's absolutely stunning. So this is my main roundup of planners that I will be using in 2023. If you have used any of these planners, please let me know down below what you thought of them or how you are going to be using them this year. And thank you so much for watching. Keep thinking, Inklings. I'll see you next time. Bye!